We had so many people on the team that helped to bring justice for Ahmaud and his family. And we really, really appreciate the support that we had and the faith from Mr. Arbery, okay, and from Ms. Wanda Cooper-Jones, who have been with us and have put their faith in us and trusted us to bring justice for Ahmaud. And the verdict today was a verdict based on the facts, based on the evidence. And that was our goal, was to bring that to that jury so that they could do the right thing. Because the jury system works in this country. And when you present the truth to people and they can see it, they will do the right thing. And that's what this jury did today in getting justice for Ahmaud Arbery. Thank you.
As the lead prosecutor, after the successful conviction of 3 men for the murder of Ahmaud Arbery, well, Linda Donikowski and the rest of the prosecution team joined me earlier tonight. Let me show you what happened. Having to take the show on the road and come down to Glynn County to try that case, was that a problem? Was that an obstacle? Was it difficult? Did it feel like a road game? Not a game, but, you know, a road trial for you all.
It was difficult because we're used to our courthouse in Cobb County, and we were guests here in Glynn County. And the Glynn County Sheriff's Department was excellent. They were absolutely wonderful because we had to come in, and of course we didn't have an office. We couldn't go into the Glynn County District Attorney's office because, of course, they had recused themselves off the case. So it did have some obstacles for us, but we overcame them and just worked remotely to the best of our ability as a team.
Larissa, let me ask you, this is a case that had a very strange, controversial procedural history to get to the point where your team was brought in. What were your thoughts about that? Did that create obstacles in terms of preparing witnesses and getting to the facts of the case of what happened here?
I think we were smart to file motions in limine to try to prepare beforehand for possible obstacles that might create. So we filed some motions in limine regarding, for instance, the meeting at Glynn County PD on the February 24th with DA Barnhill and the police officers there. So we tried to think about that stuff and the possible obstacles during our trial prep and file those motions accordingly. So I think that definitely helped us simplify what could have been a more complicated case.
Now, all of you can jump in, but I'll start with Paul on this one. Was this case about race?
This case was about a murder, first and foremost. You know, whatever implications race had in it, it was not central to our goal, which was to convict the Mcmichaels and Mr. Bryan for the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. So we weren't focused on that. We knew on a national level and a state level that was going to play a part in the commentary and given the history of this case. But our focus was on our evidence. Our focus was on tearing apart the defenses and to focus on the murder because we knew that we had the facts and we knew we had the law on our side. And if we could just present that without, I won't say the fluff of everything else that was going on, but if we stuck to our straight and narrow, we knew that we'd come out on top.
Was Ahmaud shot and killed because of the color of his skin? Linda?
The answer is yes, because as Greg Mcmichael said in his 911 call, what's your emergency? There's a black male running down the road. And the state's theory of this case is that they assumed the worst. And they did. And when they assumed the worst, they grabbed their firearms, not for self-protection, but to actively engage and confront Ahmaud Arbery. And that is what led ultimately to the murder.
Larissa, did you see the murder of Ahmaud Arbery as a lynching?
I think that the defendants made some assumptions to begin with, what we termed it in our theory as driveway decisions. And I think those assumptions definitely had to do with the color of his skin. I don't believe that this would have started and ended like it did if his skin was a different color.
You know, a lot of people made a lot of noise during jury selection because we ended up with a jury that was overwhelmingly, predominantly white. Paul, was that do you see that as a problem in this case, in other cases? Is that something that needs to be fixed? Or does our system work in bringing in people, and sometimes it's the luck of the draw when it comes to skin color in a case?
We knew that no matter what the racial makeup of our jury was, if we were able to present our facts in a clear and concise manner, that we would come out on top and we would win this case. So when we got that jury, did it represent the true Brunswick, the true Glenn County? No, it didn't. But we knew that we weren't going to be scared of that. So when we had that racial makeup, we just knew we had a job to do. We set that aside. We made the appropriate motions, and we went to work.
Linda, does skin color matter for a jury? Or is it we just need people who say that they can listen to the evidence and come to a conclusion and come to a fair verdict?
The color of someone's skin does not matter. What matters is their life experiences, which is why you do that intensive voir dire. You do that intensive questioning, because you want to get to any particular juror's biases or prejudices, something that they may have resting on their mind already in advance, either for or against the defendants, for or against the state, or for or against the victim in the case. And so as long as you are given, meaning the state and the defense, an opportunity to really question those jurors and get to where they are they fair and impartial jurors who will honestly seek the truth, or do they have a hidden agenda somewhere due to a life experience? And that makes them an impartial juror, or a partial juror. So you want to explore that in voir dire, and you want to get rid of somebody who has that hidden agenda. You want to dive deep for that. And we were very lucky. We were able to due to Judge Walmsley, a very good job of thoroughly talking to these jurors. And we felt, once the jury was selected, that these jurors were smart. They were intelligent. They were going to listen to the evidence. They were going to look at the facts of the case, and they were going to do their job, which was to apply the law to those facts and render a just and true verdict for the Arbery family.
Larissa, what was your reaction the first time you saw that video?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the last part of that.
What was your reaction the first time you saw that video that Roddy Bryan recorded of Ahmaud Arbery being shot and killed in the streets of Satilla Shores?
The video was heavy. Sadness, anger, all those things that you feel, a raw feeling. It's difficult to describe, but the words that come to mind are sadness, especially for his parents, Wanda and Marcus, and definitely anger and wondering why before I knew anything more about the case.
When we come back, more of my interview with the prosecutors. Don't go away. It's the snake breeder murder trial.
Ben Rennick was one of the country's preeminent snake breeders.
Very popular person, very well liked by people.
A world-famous snake breeder killed back in 2017.
We were shocked. Nobody would ever want to hurt Ben.
Now his wife, Lynley Rennick.
She's accused of killing him, having an affair, committing the murder with another man. It's a crazy story.
Money is a big part of this. Ben Rennick had made $1 million sale to sell snakes. Lynley was worried that he was going to have enough money to take their children away from her.
She's not dangerous at all. She has no criminal history.
She sells herself as a victim. I think she's very manipulative. Personally, I think it's all ads.
Court TV cameras inside that courtroom. It's an incredible story. It'll be an incredible trial. So for prosecutors in the murder of Ahmaud Arbery trial that we just covered, I mean, it was a long day today. I mean, a really long day, long week. There's the exhaustion after a trial it's inexplicable. And then when the verdict comes in, there's like this draining of energy, and you don't want to do anything. But they did. They came on the show earlier tonight to give us a little more insight into everything that went into the prosecution of Travis and Greg Mcmichael and Roddy Bryan. Let's listen. That moment when the defense case started and all of a sudden Travis Mcmichael is on the witness stand right out of the box had to be a little surprising, I would think. But tell me about what went into the preparation as you had that overnight to cross-examine him. Linda, how did you sleep that night?
I haven't slept in about 2 months. So first off, we actually prepared for cross-examinations for all 3 of the defendants. And once the defense had done their opening statement, we realized that it was probably likely that Travis Mcmichael would in fact be testifying. So we focused on the preparation for that cross-examination, put together like a 40-page binder with all kinds of questions in it, prepared. We actually rehearsed. Paul played Travis Mcmichael, and we went through it because we wanted to make sure we were going to do a good job. But as you know, no preparation for trial ever survives contact with the enemy, and we just did our best to go with what was going to happen with his answers. Absolutely. And folks don't realize, you know, most criminal defendants never take the witness stand, so prosecutors don't get to do it that often, but meeting the moment is so important, and you did that. Let me ask you about Roddy Bryan, Larissa. Does he deserve the same punishment as Travis Mcmichael and Greg Mcmichael?
Without a doubt, he did. He played an instrumental role in, essentially, from Greg Mcmichael's words, trapping Ahmad like a rat. And without Mr. Bryan behind him, he probably would have gotten away. So he absolutely deserved the same verdict, and he deserves the same sentence as the Mcmichaels.
Paul, let me ask you about another thing that ended up happening in the middle of all this. Kevin Goff making his motions, but specifically the ones referring to the black pastors who showed up and then really showed up in numbers down there. What did you think of this whole sideshow that was taking place?
Foolishness, but I think it was strategic. You know, he has a job to do. He knew that if he was able to inject some sort of error into this case, he might have a chance at some point. But it was just foolishness. We, you know, even though that came out, and even though that he was making these motions and these mistrial motions, we just remained focused, remained steadfast, and we knew we had a job to do, so we didn't let that affect us.
Let me ask you a big picture question here, Linda. Did this, and not just the trial, but I'm talking about the whole case, beginning from day one, did it show the best or the worst of our criminal justice system?
This case showed the best of our criminal justice system. It showed that people are human, and sometimes some things happen that shouldn't, but corrections do take place. When there's something that goes wrong, someone makes an error in judgment, there are others out there who go, wait a second, that's not right. We're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to do that. For instance, Tom Durden, the elected official in the Atlantic Judicial Circuit, when he
was assigned by the Attorney General to go ahead and take on the case. He began looking into it, and he called the GBI in, which was the right thing for him to do. And once he did that, and he realized the magnitude of the case, he realized his judicial circuit could not handle this, and he was right to do that. And so he made the correction and said, I'm going to recuse myself from the case, and went back to the Attorney General and said, you need to hire somebody else who has the resources to take on the nature of this case. And that's how Cobb County was assigned. And so when the GBI came in, they demonstrated that, yes, there's work to be done, and they began their work, and they did it. We, as a team, began our work. So the criminal justice system does work, and even if there is human error within it, there are others who help to correct that human error and get it back on track where it needs to be.
Okay, before it's time for you to go, we have like a minute left here or so. I want to give each one of you on this Thanksgiving Eve an opportunity to share with us whatever's on your mind and what you are thankful for tonight in this moment. Larissa, I'll begin with you.
Well, I'm thankful for the verdict, and I'm thankful for the jurors. I'm thankful that we had a fair judge. I'm thankful, of course, for my trial partners and Linda, our fearless leader, who took it home with her closing. And I'm thankful for Marcus and Wanda. They trusted us with probably the biggest thing that they have in their life right now. And it was a complete honor to be a part of this team. And I'm thankful for Brunswick and Glynn County and the support that they showed us and the level head that they kept, and they trusted the process. I'm thankful for that.